everybody, it's Slushy and welcome to another video. Now this one I'm literally filming this at work in one of the side conference rooms here because there's just this idea. I was talking with some people on Reddit. There's this idea in the Fnaf community where Fnaf 3 takes place, and I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm not even gonna delay. Where it takes place in 2023 or 2022. I'll never understand where people got that number from because it's like, where do you get that? Like, I understand the whole 30 years, and people think that 30 years means after the 1990s location closed, which was, depending on who you are, 92 or 93. Um, People think it takes place after that, like basically 30 years after 1992 or 3, which I just don't understand. I don't understand the line of logic. It's like, if they were to say Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Company, or the corporate company, the LLC, or I keep staring at the wrong side, the LLC, Fazbear Entertainment, if they closed down, then I would probably say something like maybe the 90s location when they closed their final restaurant and they basically shuttered their doors completely. The company dissolved and they were no longer a company. Maybe then. Even still, I don't think Fazbear Entertainment was dead. I think they were still around, and they never actually left until 2017 or 2018, depending on when you believe Pizzeria Simulator and Ultimate Custom Night took place. That's the only time when I firmly believe that Fazbear Entertainment was finally dissolved. Like, the company completely just ceased to exist. Like, the next time we see the company, it's a completely different company. It's ran by different people. Um, it's much higher budget, so it's very clear that different people got the rights and somehow restarted the whole thing. But going back to FNAF 3, to me, it makes the most obvious sense that it takes place after, the 1985, the 1985 location. Like, it's 30 years after what happened in that pizzeria where all the disappearances happened. 1985 to 2015 is 30 years. I don't understand the logic where it can only possibly be a future-based game. There's nothing in this game that's futuristic whatsoever. If anything, it actually has the most dated feel of any of the games in the series, which I don't understand the logic of, because the post said 30 years, it can only mean one location. There's been several locations mentioned. You got the original location, you got Fredbear's Family Diner, you got the grand reopening in 1987, then you got the one in the 90s. It's like, there's so many locations. I don't know why people zero in on the 90s one, all because 30 years fits their agenda. I guess it's like, oh, we want it to be a future-based game, so it can only be the 90s location. I got in a huge argument with the guy on Reddit, and I just don't understand the logic. Like, I try to simplify it for him, try to make him understand that it's pretty clear that Scott was indicating that it was based in 1985. Like, it's 30 years after 1985, because that's when the game released. I don't understand. There's nothing in this game that indicates that Scott would have been like, ooh, I better make this future-based. I better make sure that people understand that this game takes place 30 years after not the 80s location, but the 90s location. Oh my God. It gives me a headache. It gives me a headache. The argument for it being a future game, just, it blows my marbles. It doesn't make sense to me. There's nothing about it that's ever clicked for me. Like, even before I got super familiarized with the lore and I was just kind of, I'm not going to call myself a casual fan because I watched every single video, every theory, every gameplay video that was released on all these games when they were coming out. So I was really deep into it, but even before I basically read on everything and I knew everything, like, I consider myself a veteran in FNAF right now because I've looked at everything, I've read everything, I've read the wikis, I've looked at all kinds of different posts, I've read through Scott's posts and stuff to try to, like, figure out what he's saying. And I'm not trying to say I'm like some kind of super genius, because I'm not. I'm not trying to present myself like that. It's just, to me, it seems more easy and more simple in the obvious answer, which is 30 years after the restaurant closed, would mean the 1985 location. It's also specifically written that this is a location that had fond memories and people loved it. And it had all these, great times. The 1987 location was open for 2 weeks. There's not a whole lot of great times you could have in 2 weeks. The 1990s location wasn't a very big success. In fact, it closed because it wasn't a success. It didn't have a lot of attention. People didn't care about it. In fact, people didn't like it. That's why it closed. So I don't understand the argument. What is the argument? Please, if you believe in this whole futuristic FNAF, with FNAF 3 being some kind of super hybrid futuristic thing, please try to educate me in the comments on what your reasoning is. What concrete proof do you have that this game is based in the 2020s that somehow makes more sense than it simply being 30 years after the biggest event in the franchise happened? I would love to hear it. Please try to knock some sense into me, because it doesn't make any sense. There's no way humanly possible that FNAF 3 takes place in the 2020s. Bar none. I don't think I'll ever believe in a theory unless the man Scott himself came out and said, "Hey guys, this game takes place in 2022 or 2023, whatever you want to believe." No. No, it doesn't. No, it literally doesn't. It takes place when the game released. It's 2015 in the game. It's 2015 in real life. It makes sense. Just stop trying to read into everything. Stop trying to make something fit that doesn't fit. It's like trying to fit Cinderella's slipper on your foot, even though you're 3 sizes too big. It's like, stop. It's not going to work. It'll never work. You need to stop trying to make stuff fit that doesn't belong. This topic gets me so worked up because it's so annoying. And the people defend the futuristic theory so hard. They take it to their death. Like, they'll literally defend it like the world depends on it. And I don't understand, because you have no grounds. Like, there's no proof. There's nothing there. There's no, like, with my theory of it taking place in being 30 years after 1985, I have proof. Like, there's literally concrete proof. 30 years from 1985 is 2015. Do I need anything else? Do I literally need anything else? What is your proof for it taking place in 2022 or 2023? What, because in Pizzeria Simulator there was an audio log that said 23 or 223 or something like that? That doesn't mean it's the year. Like, I don't know what the theory is. I've never actually cared enough to listen to what people are saying. So if you are one of those people who believes in futuristic theory, I'm so sorry for probably upsetting you greatly. And I'm sure you're going to dislike the video, and that's fine. But if you can have a friendly debate, I'm happy to have one in the comments. If you can put across some good points, I'll listen. I've yet to see a single good point forward that makes sense. And until that, FNAF 3 takes place 30 years after 1985, whenever all the kids went missing and all that stuff happened. It's the only thing that made sense. That Freddy Fazbear location was thought of fondly. There's a lot of memories there. There's a lot of people who cared about that place, cared about the characters. And then the incident happened, and here we are 30 years later, FNAF 3. It's not that difficult. People love making everything more complicated than it has to be. Specifically with this franchise, it's like, it can't just be a simple, the timeline of the game is exactly what the timeline is in real life. It's 2015 real life, 2015 in the game. No, it has to be something crazy. Scott was basically trying to tell us that it takes place 30 years after 1985. That's why he made a point of mentioning that. I literally feel like punching myself in the face because of how frustrating this theory is. It's so stupid. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think of this theory down below. Do you believe in the futuristic theory? Let me know. Please let me know. Give me some actual proof or some kind of reasoning why you believe it. Like, what makes you believe it over 1985? Like, what do you have? What have you seen that makes you believe that 100% this game is based in the 2020s? Love to hear it. I've put across my theory, and basically I really only need the one thing. 1985 is 30 years after, or 30 years before, or 30 years between 1985 and 2015. So that's literally all I need. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit like if you did. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.